we are dependent on Middle Eastern oil. And because oil is globally traded, where our economy is directly tied to that. In addition to that, people talk about the military industrial complex and how evil it is, but the truth of the matter is our military, NATO, the United States in particular, has provided stability since World War II globally. And it's also largely tied to what I talked about earlier, which was the United States providing military support and protection for Saudi Arabia in exchange all oil transactions conducted in US dollars. That's beginning to fall apart. You see this assault on the West from BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now many others. I don't know what the number is up to in total, but it's the realignment of things. And that's because the economic assault. It's an economic war coming on that front. Those countries also have a vested interest in what goes on in the Middle East. They've largely aligned themselves with the Arab countries that are opposed to Israel. This is where you're seeing the battle lines being drawn. Iran is absolutely aligned with Russia and China and those other BRICS nations. So this is what's really going on.
And
And if they
isn't that
undermine our economy, you see, if we just pull out of there, we just say, screw you, Israel, you're on your own, and then the U.S., the toehold, our influence within the Middle East is diminished and maybe even disappears. And that allows these other countries to exert more influence there. This would collapse the US dollar, you see. And it's not only about just the oil, it's also about trade routes. Why do you think the Houthis are targeting ships in the Red Sea? Because that leads right up to the Suez Canal. That's a major trading route. And that also ties right back to a lot of the history with Israel and the conflict between Israel and all those Arab nations. It's because of the Suez Canal and the shipping route right there going through Egypt. It's a major, major issue. You pull out of that, you just say, we're just going to go home. We're not going to bother. We're not going to participate. Then say goodbye to the shipping route. Say goodbye to the stability in any kind of oil pricing. Say goodbye to the US as the world reserve currency. And you know what happens when that happens? Then you want to talk about the debt. The debt that we've been servicing, the debt that we've been incurring is largely because we've been building up the military to provide that military support and stability since World War II. But if you pull back out of all of that and you allow this assault on the economy, you will no longer be able to not only not finance the debt and the interest on the debt, you won't be able to pay for anything. And we will be plunged into a depression. And I hate to use a phrase that Donald Trump would use, but the likes of which we've never seen before. It will make the Great Depression look like prosperity. And I don't know if there would ever be anything coming back from that. I keep telling everybody here, you think that it's your government that is the new world order. We're being told that it's our evil government doing this to us, that there's going to be a great reset. I'm telling you, it's not our government. There are people within government who have been corrupted by external forces and foreign governments. It's the foreign governments that are all in on the Great Reset here. It's not going to be business as
well,
usual from now on,
sure.
based on that, what they want. They're saying no to the new rules-based international order. They're saying yes to a multipolar nationalist geopolitical reality where no longer is the United States the unipolar power in the world. They don't have to listen to us anymore. They're giving us the great big middle finger. And if we're not careful, everything we have here will collapse. There will be a great reset, and we will be plunged into a reality where we will own nothing, but we will not be happy.
It's a pretty bleak story, Rick.
Yeah, pretty dark, right? But it doesn't have to be
Um,
that way. It does
yeah,
not have to be that way because I think that there are pathways to peace if we have the right people in power. There are ways that we can coexist
isn't
and
this
prosper globally with everyone.